Oh gosh, how long has it been? Quite a while. Quite a while indeed. So, a lot of things have kind of kept me from putting anything up on the channel of late. Eh, some of it is just me being lazy. Some of it is a lot of other things that have happened. I had a one of the drives on my computer went bad, and unfortunately they're set up in a RAID configuration, so when one went bad it took the whole operating system down with it. And as soon as the computer went bad, I had to go on a trip for business, and got home after that week's long trip, troubleshot the computer, found out what was wrong, what was going on with it, figured out which drive it was, and it was one of the solid states, which is a Plextor 128 M6M, little mini SATA card. Went around, hunted around, finally found one on Newegg, put it on order. The guy never shipped it. Where the hell am I going? Never shipped it, which sucked a little bit. After calling MSI and talking to them a bit, since the computer was well past warranty and they weren't going to do much of anything anyway without me sending it in, I instead ordered a pair of Samsung 500 gig solid states and went ahead and swapped out the two Plextors. That took about another week just to get in. In the meantime, went on another business trip. Got back, took some time to update the hard drive, get things installed, get them set up and configured properly, messed around a bit in the BIOS, and then went through the fun little pain of getting everything reset and run proper. By reset and run proper, I mean basically reinstalling Windows. It recovered, fortunately. Recovered off the partition I had in my data drive. Unfortunately, it recovered to Windows 8. So then I was running off Windows 8. Finally got in, downloaded Windows 10 again. Got that up and running, and all said and done, it took about, between business, delayed shipments, having to order new cards, getting my recovery set up off of the failing Plextors, and then moving everything over from my 2 terabyte data drive with my backups onto the 500s once they were up and running. It was about a 3-week ordeal. So yeah, I haven't had much of a time to record jack shit. Fortunately, I've got everything up and running. I didn't lose anything too critical. All my documents are there. All my pictures are there. I just had to do a lot of downloading, a lot of updating, and a whole lot of resetting. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Tree. Yeah, okay, you're welcome, Tree. So that's kind of where things are. So now I'm running around on my Monk because, you know what, I haven't played this since Warlords and kind of wanted to see what... You can have every single one of those. Wanted to see what Monk had done to it. I honestly logged in on launch, got my little fist of who's and what's its, and never touched anything again. I ran off to play on the Death Knight on the Druid. Druid was my first to max level, in keeping with a long-standing tradition since vanilla. You know, Monk's not bad. I don't know. It feels a little less fast-paced than it did in Warlords. Some of the animations, it looks like, have slowed down just a little bit. Not a bad thing, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling the thrill that Monk really had back in its day. So... Oh, for the love of... Yeah, saw that coming. So, there's a few things about Monk that... I'm just going to sit here and let this die so I can get credit for it. It just doesn't have the same feel that it had back during Warlords, back during Mist. And I think my Frost Death Knight actually feels a whole lot more feisty in a fight, I guess, would be the best way to putting it. So I probably will not be running Monk anytime soon. I'll probably do like I have with a lot of other characters and mess around with it a bit. When I'm bored of other things. Oh, you're friendly, and I love the shit out of you. And... Note to fucking self. Oh, do not run in when... Oh, there's a few of us that are dead. The pandas are dead. Oh, but someone's gonna be nice and it's a druid. Oh, we owe that one a... Oh, we didn't get shit off of her. Oh well. Right. So, she's back again. No, that's Mouse Hunter. This is serious. Where was I? So, yeah, a few weeks to get things done. Monk's not as fun as it was. I'll probably do like I have with a lot of other characters and mess around with it once in a rainy day. Which is a shame. I feel like it deserves better. Mainly because I put a lot of work into this monk. I mean, goodness, this is my monk from Warlords, and I had heroics, some mythic stuff. She was pretty well set up. I never maxed that out though. My healing one went pretty high. What was my healing one at? Do I still have my healing one? There it is. Yeah, about the same. Yeah. But, I mean, I had 4-piece heroic. I had a lot of stuff going for the monk. I really, really did. And it's... I don't know, you. You first. It's... Yeah, you know? Just, I guess, the way of it. Forsaken Archer. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this dude over here. Oh, what's over here? Magula. So, yeah. You know, I put a lot of work into this one. And then I think I wound up just enjoying my Frost Death Knight. I have a toss-up going right now between my Frost DK and my Druid. The Feral Druid's fun, the Frost DK is fun. Although, if I had to go strictly off of the one that I seem to be meshing with the most and getting the most out of, it'd be the Frost. And I haven't used a Frost Death Knight as a main since Wrath. When I went Frost, in spite of the fact that everyone said Frost dual wield would suck, ran around with agility axes. It was a blast. The rogues hated me because I took the axes from them, but I could get out of them, and it was a blast. And I got hooked on Frost Death Knight, and I don't think I've ever done much of anything since as far as Death Knight goes. Blood for soloing things, absolutely, but Frost has always been my one true love. I don't even think I've really ever gone unholy, to be fair. Never had the urge to, never had the need to. And the expansions where Unholy was just absolutely owning everything, I was a something else. Either my druid, my monk, or off on deployments. And how dare you petrify me? Or school. So that's because that's a thing that happened too. I had let's see, Vanilla got interrupted. The opening of the gates of Ahn'Qiraj were interrupted by a deployment, so I missed out on my Scarab Lord title, which is a bit of a shame. Burning Crusade was interrupted by a deployment, and I never got through Sunwell, and missed out on my, what was it, Hand of Adal title? That was a shame. And then Wrath got interrupted by a deployment, and I missed out on the entirety of Ulduar. I left during Naxxramas, came back after Ulduar, and that was about it for Wrath. I was around for Cataclysm and had a blast during Cataclysm where my Discipline Priest took over as my primary character. And then Mists of Pandaria came out. I went off to school, and between full-time work and full-time school, didn't have much of a chance to do much in Mists. So I kind of skipped that one. I got on, I LFR'd every now and then, but most of my time on the computer was spent doing development projects and otherwise not doing Warcraft. So I missed out on Mists. Got back during Warlords of Draenor, sort of. Again, was still in school. Finished up school in 2015 and jumped on the Warlords train and got tremendously bored with it. I managed to join in around when Hellfire Citadel launched. If that tells you how late into the game I came. And I still managed to get up to this on my monk, who was my main for that, and still managed to also level up one of each class to 100, plus a second druid, and almost a third druid, and gear them all out in Baleful at the very least. So, you know, if that's any indication of how slow-paced Warlords was, it was painful. It was downright painful because there was just not enough content. Even for someone coming in that late into the game, there was nowhere near enough content to keep things running. And it hurt. I watched an entire server die. My original server was a very thriving, high populous server, and by the end of Warlords, when I logged in, I think there was all of 12 people in Stormwind. And it was a shame. No one's gone back to it since. Everyone went off to other realms, other servers. And I slowly did after, you know? Started to move. I had every single one of my characters on Thank you. I had every single one of my characters on Earthen Ring, and Earthen Ring just slowly wilted away and died. And yeah, I wound up having to walk away from it and slowly move every single character of use that I had over. And yeah, I that was a shame. I was on that server from 2005 till probably a month and a half ago. So pity that indeed. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Servers come, servers go, and Earthen Ring, I think, was one of the oldest servers around, and it you know, it had its time in the sun and went away. So anyway, that's about it. I figured I'd throw up an update. I may record some other stuff later on, maybe some War Thunder, maybe some oh hey, this dude. Let me go kill the totem. I forgot about him. Kill the totem, get these guys yellow. And I'm going to kind of cheat this one here. Oh, it's not going to let me get near that without... Alright, we'll kill him again. We'll make it quick. That ring's still pretty nice. Even if it goes out soon, it's still a really nice ring. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably be recording some stuff, a little War Thunder. I haven't reinstalled Hearthstone yet. I need to. I'm missing out on some Tavern Brawls and monthly card backs and stuff like that. But I don't feel as attached to Hearthstone as I do some of the others. It should sell. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, waking nightmare yells, you will suffer horrors. So that's about it. I'm gonna keep monking it up and carry on as I have been. Go wake up a sleeping bear. But yeah, figured I'd offer an update. Figured I'd say, you know, how things are going, state of things. In light of this computer suffering a little bit, I've decided to kind of build my own again. And so I'm farming out, or not necessarily farming out, I'm feeling around for some components. And looking forward to a computer build. I will probably have to record some stuff as the pieces come in. I'm not going to do it quickly. I could, but I want to kind of spread things out a bit. I don't want to just completely obsolete this one, especially after I put 2 new hard drives in it. It's still a good computer running a 980 mobile. It's an MSI all-in-one. AG272Q, I believe, is the technical number for it. Running a 2 terabyte hard drive with, when I bought it, the two 128 M-SATA Plextor solid states in a RAID configuration. Now it's running 2 500s. And a 980M graphics card, which isn't bad. But it's going on about 3 years old or thereabouts, and the bug to build a new computer has hit me pretty hard. So like I said, started getting a few pieces in. I've got an MSI motherboard coming in, a really, really nice one, which I'll share when it comes in. It hasn't come in yet. And then I'm going to start hunting around for a good case, hunting around for all that other stuff. And the way I see it, if I take my time in building it, then it helps me spread out the cost of things, which is easier to absorb than buying everything outright. And that also helps when you're going for higher-end components to build a dream machine. because you're not worrying about, well, you know, if I buy it all at once, I've got to go the budget route and keep things under a certain. Now, you know, if I spread things out over a few months and say, okay, this month it'll be this piece, next month it'll be those pieces, then you know that helps, and you can keep your eye out for sales and be like, okay, you know what, the memory is on sale this month, I'm going to get that. Next month the graphics cards might be on sale, and I can jump on those. I plan on, if I plan on at the very least going with 1070. You know, maybe buy one and then get a second one later so I can set up an SLI. But if they're on sale, then hey, why not grab them both? I also that's what I did with the motherboard. Goodness, the motherboard is an MSI Pro Gamer, which is normally about 300 and change. Found it on sale for 150 and jumped all over that, you know? No reason not to. So, that'll be how it goes. And one of these days I'll figure out which case I want to put it all together and just die for me. And that'll be that. So I'll keep going with it. And it'll be a fun build. And I can't wait to get everything put together and running and absolutely have a ball with obscene graphics. Although I am going to have to figure out what I want to do with the AG270. I may sell it. I may take it to Florida as a backup computer when I'm vacationing in Florida. And I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. I may donate it to someone who I know needs a new computer, because it is still a really nice one that's capable of doing a lot of things. I just know that, unfortunately, it and the companion... I bought a second monitor for it, and both of those can only handle, I think, 1080p, and if I'm going with the 1070s, I can jump up to 4K, which means I'll have to get a couple of new monitors to finish all that out. But, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. That'll come when it comes, in due time. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the way out, which is this way. Yeah, this way. But, oh, dream machines. I love building computers. Really, really do. Only reason I didn't build the current one that I've got, the MSI all-in-one, is primarily because I had a need for a computer, because my old one had died rather suddenly, but I didn't have time to actually build one. I needed it really quickly to do the development work to finish my degree, and the All-in-One came at a good time. It was a good computer. I was pleased with it. Still am. So maybe I'll keep it as my development rig. I don't know. The new one will outperform it most likely, so it may not be worth keeping it as a development rig. But yeah, that's about all I got. I'm rambling on now and finding things to talk about because there's a lot to talk about, but I don't know if I want to bore you with it all. Anyway, that's about all I've got. And I'll see you soon with some more stuff. Thanks. Bye.